Hi students, I am Arokiadoss, Assistant Professor from Department of English, St.Joseph College of Arts and Science, Autonomous Cuddalore. Today we are going to learn about the topic tolerance. This topic was written by E.M.Forster. Edward Morgan Forster is a well-known 20th century novelist and critic. From among his several novels, A Page to India, this topic was written in the year 1924. He has attracted particular attention in this country because of its Indian local aspects of novel is a valuable introductory guide to the critical study of the novel. Now we shall move to the first slide. The first slide shows about the 4 characteristics of tolerance. Study and analysis of scientific literature have allowed identifying 4 basic modes of tolerance. In 4 areas, the people should be bold enough to show tolerance, especially in the religious area, medical field, anthropological, then physiological areas. They should keep up their peace and tolerance in those areas, because the tolerance, the capacity to endure pain and hardship, sufferings, the act of the allowing something is called the tolerance. They need to accept themselves and adjust in their own job. Forster admits that the tolerance is not as divine principle as love, but in an overcrowded and overheated world, one cannot love total strangers. Therefore, love generally gives out as soon as one moves away from one's home and friends. So the tolerance can carry on even when one cannot love. Then we shall move to the second slide now. Forster says love has always failed as a force in public policy. Tolerance is a better basis than love for public policy, because we cannot love those we do not know. As a basis for public policy, tolerance allows us to live and work together in peace. As Arthur agrees, love is a great force in private life. It is indeed the greatest of all things, but love in public affairs does not work. It has been tried again and again by the Christian civilization of the Middle Ages and also by the French Revolution, a secular movement which resulted and brotherhood of man, and it has always failed. The idea that nations should love one another, or that a person in Portugal should love an unknown person in Peru, so it's absurd, unreal, and dangerous. It leads us into perilous and vague sentimentalism. Love is what is needed. We chant and then sit back. The world goes on as before. The fact is, we can only love what we know personally. So like that, the author explains about the tolerance, how to tolerate one another, how to love one another. So like that, the slide shows. Now we will move on to next slide. The main idea of tolerance. Tolerance means to accept the view of other people open-heartedly and without any malice. One should respect one's own opinion as well as the opinion of other people. It is a way in which we can create a balance between different ways of life. We should adopt the theory of life and let live. So the next slide shows about the main idea of tolerance. Tolerance means to accept the view of other people open-heartedly. So everybody we should like one another. Even as Jesus Christ told, we should love one another. Even He asked us to love our enemy. We should not harm anybody. Not only human being, even to all the animals, we should not harm any person, any living things. So this is a way our author Forster invites us to show true love towards the people and all the living things. Let's move to the next slide now. So same idea is applied in this slide also. So this essay was published soon after the end of World War II in 1945. The war had caused great destruction and every nation suffered the consequences. Everybody was talking about reconstruction. Forster felt that nothing enduring could be constructed or reconstructed without a sound state of mind. Diplomacy, economics, or trade conferences could not function without fulfilling the basic requirement. So the basic requirement is the humanity should, every human being should be saved. So we should not torture anybody. We should love one another. We should show whether we can show mercy or tendency we are showing or not, but we should not harm any persons. So this is a meaning given by this author Forster. Then we see about the next slide. So Forster does not agree with those people who believe that love is needed to rebuild civilization, while admitting that love is a great force in private life. Forster puts forward the view that it does not work in public affairs. One can only love what one knows personally, says Forster, and one cannot know much. It is therefore absurd to expect nations or business concerns or marketing boards to love one another. So as author says, in public affairs, in the quality of rebuilding of civilization should be maintained. Something much less dramatic and emotional is needed. Especially in tolerance, we need to tolerate everybody. So the tolerance is a very dull virtue in this worldly life. So it is boring. Unlike love, it has always had bad press. It is negative, and it means merely putting up with people being able to stand things. No one has ever written and wrote like a tolerance. So like that he compares love with the tolerance. So this is the state of mind we are looking for. This is the only force which will enable different races and classes interests to settle down together to the work of reconstruction. Now we will see the next slide now. So according to Forster, in public affairs, in the rebuilding of civilization, as I said before, so it was needed is not something so dramatic and emotional as love, but tolerance. By tolerance, Foster means to be able to put up with people, to stand things. In the post war situation, one may not be able to love, but one can tolerate. Tolerance is very dull and boring and negative, but it is a sound state of mind needed after the war. Foster says again the opinion that in the present day world there are only two ways of dealing with people and nations. One is a Nazi way. The Nazi killed the people they did not like. The other is a democratic way. One may not like some people, but one can put up with them. Foster preferred the democratic way only. The author likes the second way only, the democratic way only he likes. But try to tolerate everybody. On the basis of the tolerance, a civilized future may be built. Certainly, the author sees no other foundation for the post-war world. Let's see the next slide now. Foster admits that tolerance is not as divine a principle as love, but in an overcrowded and overheated world, it is the only workable substitute. One cannot love total strangers. Therefore, love generally gives out as soon as one moves away from one's home and friends. However, tolerance can carry on even when one cannot love. So, through this tolerance, we should adjust everybody. We should understand. Even we start to love everybody, those who are doing ill thing towards us. We cannot punish the people. So, like that, our author invites us to love and show mercy, be a good person to serve the country. So, with these words, I conclude this topic. Thank you, one and all.